Good evening, Esther. Can you hear me? So today is day two.
Good evening, sir.
Today is day two for the Learn-to-Earn Summit. Today is day two for the Learn-to-Earn Summit, and yesterday with David Archer, I'm sure we learned a lot about earning. We talked about the 21 guide in what do you call it? In getting wealth. So the 21 times. All right. So about the event, the Learn-to-Earn Summit. The foundation is we are passionate about bringing an end to poverty and illiteracy. Passionate about these things, and we also model after the global goals and the sustainable developmental goals by the United Nations. So this event is around SDG 1 and SDG 4. So that's no poverty and education. So we believe strongly in MAI Foundation that through education, we can solve most of our problems. All right, so let's just go into what we have today. So first, we must know that for this summit, this 3-day summit, we're not going to get everything about financial education. It's going to be like an eye-opener, like telling you some things that will inspire you to go and learn more. So after this summit, I will encourage everyone to go back and go and learn about finance, because apart from just going to school and graduating from school, everyone needs financial education, including myself. I'm still learning daily. It's a continual process. Everyone needs financial education constantly. All right, quickly, the topic for today is financial freedom and value. Financial freedom and value. All right, so the theme generally, financial education, a path out of poverty and financial struggles. Like I just explained just now, that we believe education can cause an end to poverty. Education can cause an end to poverty, and not just only education, but financial education. Education will just make your mind or your heart driven just to get a job, or financial education enlighten you to real financial success and real financial freedom. All right, so we go to this topic, financial freedom and value. All right, I'm going to start with 3 major points. I'm going to start with 3 major points. So on this part of financial freedom, if any of you might have seen the flyers that we posted on Instagram or we shared on WhatsApp about financial freedom, a Venn diagram like this, then there was to move towards financial freedom, you have to earn more, spend less, and invest. But there are more than that. So I'll first start with on the journey of financial freedom, the first thing that needs to take new shape or needs to be heightened is your mindset. Your mindset about money, especially your mindset about money, the way you see money, and the way you see finance. Because I'm still going to explain later about wealth and all of that. But the way you see money, the way you see finance, your mindset about it needs to change if you truly want to bask or journey in that part of financial freedom. So you must begin to see things differently from a wealthy point of view. You must begin to see things differently from a wealthy point of view. And how can your mindset get to that kind of height? How can your mindset be renewed? How can your mind be renewed? It's through knowledge and exposure. Constant, like I mentioned earlier, financial education. This is just like an eye-opener for us to, after this event, go further to learn and learn and learn. Just all what we will say here will just inspire you to go and learn more. We can't say everything about financial education here. The main task or the main goal is that everyone after this event, you will go and work strong and begin to do exploits in your finance. You begin to learn and learn. So first is your mindset. And how does your mindset grow? It's through exposure and knowledge. Through exposure and knowledge. And how do you get the exposure? Making research, getting to know things, new things daily, getting to know new things daily, like getting to know new things daily, setting goals for yourself. Before I go to setting goals for yourself, your mindset, getting new things daily. I'm going to share a story by Bill Gates. Bill Gates, I think this year or earlier last year, I can't remember, a person asked that, can Bill Gates' daughter marry a poor man? And I explained that wealth is first the ability to create wealth. So beyond we in this event or in this summit teaching us about financial education, we want our mindset to not just be to earn, but begin to create wealth. That's number one goal. We don't just want you to just, after this summit, you just have an idea about finance. No, we want your mindset to grow to a wealth maker. All right, so wealth first is the ability to create wealth. Wealth is not the amount of cash, the amount of dollars in your account, or the amount of cars in your garage. Like Atom shared yesterday that he does not have $1 million yet, but he's a billionaire. I can also share that experience also. I don't have $1 billion or $1 million in my account, but I'm a billionaire because of billionaire mindset, billionaire ideas. So wealth is not money in your account, or it's about ability to create wealth. That's what we call being wealthy. Ability to create wealth. Even when they take everything, you are still able to create wealth. That's what they call being wealthy. And that's our goal, not just to just teach about financial education, everyone to have that mindset of being wealthy. All right, so share the story that a person who wins 100 million without financial education, just a man with lots of money. Especially, I think that happen a lot with lottery. They'll win a lot of money, like 100 million, 50 million, like that. And a few months or few days, let's say a few months, they're like broke again. Like, all those money, what did you use to do? What did you use to do? So financial education is very key, very key. So we must, after now, beyond this event, we must continually develop our financial intelligence, must continually develop our financial intelligence, because ignorance, one of those things that the wealthy have edge over that normally tagged poor. The wealthy have is knowledge, bank of knowledge. The wealthy are, even though they don't have 5 naira, their ideas, their mindsets can create explosive results. So ignorance is one of those things that causes poverty. That's why financial education, May Foundation has brought this out. So I want to share another example of why do you think China and India are making exploits currently? You'll see that China is kind of overpowering USA currently, because we've not gone to investment yet. So they will send their people out to get knowledge, to go to UK schools, to US, to Stanford, to Cambridge, to Harvard, to Yale. They'll get all of those knowledge, then come back to come and make use of it. Especially India. You see now almost every CEO, they are India, even down to the Prime Minister of UK. Yeah, he's an Indian. All right. So knowledge, ignorance, most of the time is the cause of poverty. They don't know and they don't want to know. So they most time they blame it on the government. They so that's why we that are on this call right now, beyond this event, go and make research, broaden your mind, broaden your experience. Let it just keep learning and learning, keep learning and learning, keep learning and learning. So Bill Gates also said that if you see a young man after graduating and constantly learning new things on how he can improve, he's on a path to wealth. He's on a path to wealth. Constantly learning, constantly learning, constantly in the knowledge of right now. Our main focus is about your finance, constantly knowledge about financial education. You're on the path to wealth, on the path to wealth. So tonight, before we even dive into financial freedom as a whole, before we start taking them in bits. So tonight, I want you to have that mindset of I don't just want to learn to make money, to have few millions of naira in my account or all of that. I don't just want to learn to be rich. I want to learn to be wealthy. I want us to have that mindset tonight. To learn to be wealthy. Learn to be wealthy. If all of us here are billionaires, just imagine that. This is a billionaire conference call. Just imagine that. All of us here, how many of us here? Just imagine we billionaires. Do you know how many people we can impact? You know how many people we can impact? So let your mindset change from tonight. If you have been focused on just to get some cash in your account, let your mindset change from tonight. Begin to think like a billionaire. The way you think, that's how you become. So that's one of the key to financial freedom, your mindset. Change your mindset from tonight. Change your mindset from tonight. All right. So, like I mentioned earlier, wealth is first what? A state of mind. A state of mind. Also, you see that Bill Gates also, I've been citing Bill Gates as examples because it's kind of someone we look up to, even though he's no longer one of the richest men, but still he has a 22, I can't remember, 20 or 22 billion dollars library, personal library. Just imagine I have or you have just like 100 million, like the worth of the library. Just imagine he keeps learning every day, keep learning every day, keep learning every day. Not just only about financial education, but about every sphere that concerns you. But right now, we are focused on financial education. Also, still on mindset, before we move further, stop the mindset of palm to mouth. Like I explained, don't just learn to have some change or some money in your account. It's not everybody that's going to become a CEO. It's not everybody that's going to become an entrepreneur. Some might be a career person, some an entertainer, some influencer, some entrepreneur, but this financial education is what's going to sustain you. You see that some football players, entertainers, you see after making a lot of money, some of all of their salaries per week, per month, and after they've retired, you see that what's wrong with this person? They are broke. So financial education is for everybody. Our mindset must be renewed this evening. So now from mindset, now we move to knowledge. That's how your mindset can blossom, can grow. Knowledge, constantly knowing, constantly knowing, constantly knowing. Knowledge. Now, from knowledge, we move to value. Now, value means a lot of things. You can say money is a value because you can exchange it for something. But right now, I'm sure most of us here are students on this call. Right now, what you can offer as value is yourself. Yourself. No, on the part, like what I just mentioned, the mindset of wealth, it begins now, but it's not immediately you become wealthy. It's not tomorrow you become wealthy. It's a journey. It's like a ladder. You climb that step. But right now, have that mindset already. So that mindset is like the seed growing into that big tree that in 20 years to come, you are a billionaire, not just money, but billionaire through impact, through mindset, and through ability to create wealth, even when there's no money or anything, ability to create wealth. All right. So now, still on that part of wealth, still on that part of wealth, right now, yourself, you are the value. Let yourself, make yourself worthy. Like, let yourself, like when you let, like when you appear in an organization, like be worth it. Like have some value, have something to offer. Yes, have something to offer. Always have something to offer. Like, I don't know whether you heard what Symbiat mentioned, some of those. I just recently, it was recently, I think October, when I went off all social media. It was October I got connected to the United Nations. It was October I got connected with the Food and Agricultural Organization of the United Nations. It was October I got connected with the World Food Forum. Presently, I'm a delegate for the COP27 in Egypt. So add value right now. We're on the journey of, first we've had that mindset, then knowledge. Now we're on the journey of that wealth. Now make yourself valuable. Yes, make yourself valuable. Make yourself valuable. All right, now we move further to financial freedom itself. Now, financial freedom itself, there are levels of financial freedom. We have the clarity, we have the self-sufficiency, we have the breathing room, we have the stability, we have the flexibility, the financial independence, and abundant wealth. Like I mentioned earlier, first, our seed is this billionaire idea, this mindset. That's our seed. Even though tomorrow we are not billionaires yet, but we already have that seed planted in us already. Like in 10 years, they fully manifest. 20 years to come, they fully manifest. Now, on this part, as we are journeying on this part of financial freedom, now these are the levels. First is clarity. Now, this is the stage of where you are and where you want to be. Where you want to be in 50 years from now, what you want to be doing 50 years from now, where you are and where you want to be. Clarity. That's the level one for financial freedom. Before you even go to earn more, spend less, invest, first, clarity, where you are and where you want to be. That's the first thing. Now, that's the first stage, the first level. Now, the next level is self-sufficiency. Self-sufficiency is like when you no longer depend on gifts or parents for extra cash or extra money. So that's the next level on the path of financial freedom. So let me tell you the end already. So you don't anticipate in vain. So the end of that, the last stage or the last level is wealth. But this is level 2 now. Self-sufficiency. The first one is clarity, where you are and where you want to be. Next level is what? Self-sufficiency. Now, next level after that is breathing room. Breathing room is like that's the third level. That's like when you already have some kind of savings or some kind of things you can bank on, like you have some space. Don't forget, the goal is what? Wealth. The goal is what? Wealth. And it's not just immediately, it's a process. So let me just keep sharing. Like the first speaker mentioned yesterday, that he started the journey of his trading. He started like over like 4 years ago, and look at where he is now. So it's a process. It's a process. Now, breathing room, let me be fast. Breathing room is where you have some savings. Where you have some savings. Now, the next one, the first one is clarity, where you are, where you want to be. Second level is self-sufficiency. Third level is breathing room. The fourth level is stability. That's when you are off debt, you are off excessive spending and all of that. You are stable, you are balanced. Now, the next one is flexibility, where you can go off without working. You can go off for a year and you haven't returned. you are still going towards that. You're having returns where the investment you've done, you don't need to even you don't need to work, you don't need to do anything. I think that's ROI and passive incomes. When you are you are just flexibility. When you can take a year off from work or from anything and just travel all over the world. So it's a journey. It's a journey. All right. The next one is financial independence, where you can give off your investment. And last stage is wealth. So on the level of financial freedom, there are like 7 levels that I just mentioned: clarity, self-sufficiency, breathing room, stability, flexibility, financial independence, and abundant wealth. So we're on this journey. We're on this journey almost, of course. Now, to attaining that financial freedom. Now I mentioned like that. Did you see those flyers we posted about earn more, spend less, and invest? Now this is it. Attaining this freedom. The one I just mentioned was the levels of financial freedom. Levels gradually. The destination is wealth. Now, this one is how to attain financial freedom. Now, the first one is that you plan. You make plans. You can make a monthly plan. You can make a daily plan. You can make a yearly plan. You plan. All right. So planning is the first. Then next one is you reduce expenses. Reducing expenses. Reducing expenses. The third one is investment. I'll still further explain. But wait, can you hear me?